Hi everybody, this is Ellie. Thanks so much for joining me for my August setup in my A5 size bullet journal. Nothing much is new here. I'm in my Leuchtturm in my Gedi Folio from Sojourner. I love this leather and that it's starting to mark up. Even here you can see some scratches and dings from taking these guys in and out. And you can really see some of the scuffs and scratches on the back. I love when leather gets this type of character, so I'm happy to see this aging along with me. The Leuchtturm that I have in here is the first edition of the bullet journal collaboration, and I have seen people using the second edition bullet journals or the Leuchtturm notebooks with 120 GSM pages, and I am so excited to try that as well. But I still have, I would say, about half, maybe a tiny bit less of this notebook left, so I'm going to do my best to see this through to the end. After that, at some point, I do hope to get my hands on one of the new bullet journals. Moving to my August title page, I have had this vellum for, no joke, probably at least 10 years when my mom had bought me a bunch of scrapbooking supplies. I used a piece of this in my pocket bullet journal a couple of years ago, and this is what I had left. I love it. I love the kind of vintage gothic vibe of it, so I was really happy to be able to use it this month. I used my favorite alphabet stamps from Amazon to stamp out the month and the number of the month, and I really like how that turned out. I used the Versa Magic chalk ink with it because that's what I have, and it was perfect. It didn't end up bleeding through. I just did a simple quote sticker from a sticker book from Michaels that says, "You got this." Always a sentiment I love, and you'll see in a moment that this goes with my color for the month of August. And for August, the color I chose is, for me, a little bit bolder than I usually go. I've chosen this kind of coral red color, and this isn't a Tombow, actually. This is one of the iconic double-sided highlighters and fine-tipped pens. I will link them below. I got this from Jet Pens. It came in the retro set, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's quite a fine tip. And then we have the chisel tip for the highlighter, which is also pretty fine. I actually showed these when I was setting up my Hobonichi future log. So these tips are what I used to do my events and my headers for the calendar, so you can see it fits really, really nicely on the small Hobonichi grid. It does mean it doesn't quite fill up the whole line on the 5mm grid, but that doesn't bother me at all. I chose this color because August can be very, very hot, and I just thought that this kind of represented that, and it also wasn't too vibrant an orange or a red. So I do like how that turned out. I chose this alley brown washi tape to go with it. I thought this was perfect because it had that red and orange and a little bit of the transparent background. I don't believe her shop is open for washi tapes anymore, but I will link her Instagram in case she does decide to come out with anything again or release some of her older designs. And I always like to use a more neutral washi tape with whichever bolder washi tape I've chosen. So this month I went with this grid washi tape from Note and Wish. A lot of times I will choose the brown grid washi tapes. They're some of my favorite, but this just felt like it went really, really nice with the gray and the dark blue. But yeah, it's dark blue, but it also can look just black or dark gray. So love how that looked together. I have them here, and I like to do a little bit in this bottom corner as well. You guys know this is my favorite and most functional of all of my setups that I do in my bullet journal. The monthly has everything I should theoretically need. August is one of those months that has 6 weeks. but with the way I size my calendar, so it's 5 by 5 boxes, it does fit perfectly and I have no problems with that. I used my clear monthly sticker from Virgo and Paper. I love these. I do plan to order these again for 2022. And I used the usual suspects for the setup itself. I will have everything linked below. I used the Staedtler Triplus Fineliner in a light gray for the lines. I have the Zig Clean Color Dot in the platinum, which I use to number it. And then all of the writing was done with my Le Pen Technical Drawing Pen in the .05 and the 0.1. I decided to do my little cross-off calendar over under my task list. In the past, I have done it right under the calendar itself, but I did this last month and I really like how it worked out, so I did that again. You might notice that I don't have any habits or tasks or weekly action items put in yet, and that's because I haven't done my PowerSheets prep yet. I tried to get a little ahead of the game, for me anyways, when I filmed this, and I just hadn't had a chance to really sit with my PowerSheets. I like to make sure I'm in the right headspace and have a block of time set out for it. So I will go ahead and do that in the next couple of days and fill it in. I'll chat about this more when I do my July flip through, but I really didn't get to a lot of my habits and routines in July. So that lets me know that I need to step back and reevaluate and probably go a little bit more simple for August and build back up. So we will see how that goes, and I will definitely post a picture on Instagram once this is filled out. Then we move over to my social media spread. I had changed this up in July and I liked how that worked. On this column, I've drawn my own little Instagram icon and I just put a list of anything that comes up that I think I might want to share in the month of August. If I do end up sharing it, I'll just cross it off. I like it because I can add to it, but it's not assigned to any sort of specific day or week. And I don't really do a lot of content planning or scheduling ahead of time for Instagram. I usually like to post whatever it is I'm working on or a couple of recently completed spreads and just take it as it comes. This column I do have split into weeks, so I just draw a line between the Sunday and the Monday. This is for YouTube. I like to use pencil to write which video or videos I would like to post every week. And this is really helpful for me to plan ahead and get anything ready that I need for these videos. Then we have the Calendex, where I like to jot really quick notes or memories of anything that happened that day. I do still go ahead with my Tombow N89 and highlight the weekends. I just like that visual separation. And here is where I will put my monthly tasks. The first ones that I'll put down will be my monthly goals from the PowerSheets, and I draw a progress bar with those. So something like this, and then anything else that comes up that I'd like to do that month, I just put in as a regular task with the same style that I use in my daily pages. That's all that I've done so far. If you watched my July setup, you'll know that I did set up pages for Cindy Guntart-Baldo's challenges. So she has the Lettering Every Damn Day challenge and the Rando Doodles challenge. So I have been having a lot of fun with these, but at the time that I did my setup, Cindy hadn't posted the challenges yet, so I would prefer to wait and see what they are before I decide if I would like to do them. Right now, I'm leaning towards yes. This is just a great way for me to practice my lettering and my doodling or sketching consistently. If I don't have this kind of structure built in, I tend to just forget about it or, not be in the mood and just not practice as much as I would like to. And I don't do this every day. I would like to, but a lot of times I'll look and I'll have 4 days that I can catch up on and I'll just sit and have fun with it. Now that I'm talking this out, I think there's a very good chance I end up including this challenge in August. And that's really it for my setup. Nothing too new or exciting this month, but very functional for me and something I'm looking forward to getting into. I have my holidays, birthdays, appointments already plugged in. Like I said, I will put in my goals and habits once I've done my PowerSheets prep. And I will see if I want to include the challenges, and if not, I will go right into my daily pages. If you have any questions, you can always ask below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.